Let me hear you say ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba da. Crazy at this thing called love. Just what I've been dreaming of. And I can never figure out, oh, how you do the things you do. Is why I'm so in love with you. I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future in me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. If I met you in another life and you asked me to be your wife, with grace and a smile I say, yeah, always now and forever. You be my one and only lover. Cause I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future in me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba da.
Good morning and welcome to Tono Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is Saturday. Do you believe it? The 29th day of April, 2023. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except February alone. Remember that? Those good old days? Well, I tell you what, let's go to Liberia because my boy just came on. Let you hear what Mr. Samuel Wilker got to say to us this morning. He's the man. He's the man. So let me get down there. Hold on a minute. Let me get my cursor correct. Hey, you laughing at Wilker? How you doing?
Good.
Hey.
Yeah, man. I'm so elated this morning. Good morning. How are you?
You know what? Let's go right over there and see. Let's go and see one of your tips right now before we stop talking. Okay?
Okay. Grandma? Yeah, you know, everything was yesterday in town. I mean, everything was on yesterday in town. I caught the story and the whole program. Yes. Chesson Lopa and Nima. Do you think that this team that Boakai has announced can beat we are?
You know, the old man did not make any mistake by naming or Jeremiah Koung as a run. He really used his wisdom and his leadership skill to select Jeremiah Koung for Nima County. Because one team politics is a normal thing. It's a normal thing. Don't just take anybody that have no consequences. Take somebody that is popular and that have power and place. And we see that Jeremiah Koung has a place for Nima County.
Okay. So you think that team is a perfect team?
100%.
But Jeremiah Koung has linked with Prince Johnson. So it won't be no problem for Boakai?
Even Georgia Harvey linked with Prince Johnson. And he won the election.
Yeah.
So, and Prince Johnson is a Liberian.
Yeah.
So we don't discriminate. If somebody wants to make business with us, open arm to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Boakai has communication. But today so happy. What makes you happy today? What makes you happy today? Today what makes you happy? Yeah, why are you so happy?
What makes me happy today? I'm there with my uncle, my father, my grandfather, and I know that he's going to make a change for this country. Not only for this country, but for the youth of Liberia, the entire suffering.
So are you sure that Boakai will win this election?
Of course, I'm very certain.
But people are saying to be first round because of Nima support.
I'm very certain that we are going to make a change. I'm very certain.
So as a team, you look at the team, Boakai and Koung, is it a powerful team?
It's a possible one.
Powerful team.
A powerful team that we're going to make a change for this country. Yes. But we don't want this country to go down the street.
But people are saying that we are government is better. What is about that?
No. So, with their government, we are going to go down the street. But with Boakai, we are going to excel.
With Boakai, we are going to excel. This is one of the supporters of the Unity Party who has come on in your colors and to create this occasion. So we stay on the ground of our Unity Party. And thank you so much. This is Thank you so much. You are going home now. And I come to the occasion. Thank you.
Well, sir, let's talk about this occasion. What was it?
Man, it was great, man. It was great to be on the scene, to be a part of this great occasion.
Yeah.
And so you see, moreover, so locked down. You see, I passed through most of the markets; they were empty. So I wonder, because some time ago when CC had a program, the market was empty as well.
Wow.
But yesterday's program, it was a different thing, man. People from all around, elderly people, they were all there in numbers.
For different companies.
And I saw a lot of people from Bong, from Baza, Nimba. I was wondering whether Liberty Party, got supporters there. Yes, if you listen to Nathaniel To, the spokesperson of Guerrero Scott's family, he's from Liberty Party. They were all there in numbers. I saw key, Star Wars of Liberty Party were all there. So with the division pool, I saying, nobody is there in full. Those she didn't attend it, the occasion, but our supporters went in full. And we learned that she is giving support. Although she said she was going to address, she was going to meet her supporters in the various counties and to get a view, but she's giving support to Boakai. There's no doubt about that.
What about Uri?
Well, I saw 2-3 persons from Uri camp. They are all key persons, but they're all giving support. It's just that they will have to go back home to decide the next step. But I saw most of them there.
They gotta get all the grievances.
I tell you, but they will still get support because they want we are out. And nothing they can do. They want we are out.
Yeah.
So the devil, they had to go to the devil to get
Yeah.
we are out at all costs. So it was a great program, man.
I just feel sorry for them. You hear Casa crying, you hear
Costa crying, other people crying. Yeah, but that crying cannot help them. We got to get this guy out of this country. That's all. So we got to go for the devil no matter what.
No,
To get him out.
I just hope Boakai, he has a lot of hope for the people. The people have a lot of hope in his administration.
Yeah.
So I hope he lives up to it. He doesn't come and flip flop on us. Because that is why we got to hold our leaders' feet to the fire.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We can elect them all the way we want to elect them, but when it comes to doing the job of the Liberian people, we hold you to the fire. There's no time for I like you or I don't like you.
I don't like you.
You gotta make sure that people are protected.
But one important person I talked to yesterday was the late Gifted Lama, her husband.
Oh yeah,
I was so fortunate to pick her. Yeah,
Let me play that first before you talk because I'm about to play that.
Yeah, I let to hear him. That he's grieving. Press 1 minute. Could you please talk to the press 1 minute? Could you talk to the media? Yeah. Nice meeting you. It's my first time seeing you. How you feel today? That's there.
I am the mom of the side of my life.
And you the husband of Gifted Lama, the late?
I am the husband of the late Gifted Lama.
Thank
you very much.
Yeah. So what do you think their team? And now today, can they save Liberia? Can they rescue Liberia? This team?
The only thing that team can do. Anyway, Ambassador Boakai and Jeremiah Koung, they have to fight for justice of the late of my wife there.
Your wife Gifted Lama.
No indication that Gifted was murdered. The judge where government came and went, and they drove a body on Broad Street. The only thing judge where said the boyfriend and girlfriend, and judge where failed to know that my wife had a good integrity than his wife. After the murder, they offered me a job, 3,000 US refused.
They offered you a job?
Yeah.
Where?
Yes, government MPA. We had notorious killer of virtual at the port. They offered me a job and I refused.
This is the husband of the late Gifted Lama, who was murdered mysteriously on Broad Street. And he's come today to get support to Joe JB, so that justice can be done.
JB is under obligation. Those who murder my wife, Gifted Lama, JB is under obligation to bring them to justice. If JB don't bring them to justice, you know what led to the Civil War? The war comes to the Liberia and we'll go after those that brother Gifted.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you, and wish you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks.
So you see the anger. So you see the anger in the country. The anger. He's just one of those guys who are threatening to take us arms if we are still in power. So the anger is just too much for Liberians.
And this is why we need a war crime school too.
Yeah,
Prince Johnson talking about it on one of those shows. He said he ready for it. It got to come.
It got to come. It must come.
The crimes, the revenge, the vindictiveness, too much in our country. And the only way to stop it is for justice to prevail. People want to know the truth, what happened in our country. And the only way to do it is for the court to come. The war comes to come. Let justice decipher the ills in our country. Let people be justice punished. Let me bring Mr. Simon Walker back on. He will come back on. But those are the videos from yesterday's activities at the Unity Party's headquarters on Broad Street in Monrovia. One of the videos we saw the celebration, how the Liberian people are elated. They are elated, especially the people in Monrovia. But people came from all over. People came from Bong, Bassett, Grand Gita, Maryland. They came from all over to this program yesterday. There were representatives there. And they're all there to express their joy and relief to see a new leadership come into power. Sam? I ain't connect just now. But anyway, they were all elated. And at that same program, Worker was fortunate to talk with the husband of Gifty Lama, Mr. Timothy Lama. You know, those 4 auditors that were killed, that was unjust it was injustice, not to only the families, but to our country, man. These were patriots. How many people would get together and put a report together that clarifies the economic situation of our country and lays blame where blame needs to be laid? And when you see them killing these people like that, you know that they have done their jobs for the Republic of Liberia. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Somebody saw the video and they coming from overseas court this morning. They were so. Yeah, I tell you, from the very raw island and New York, I got friends who saw the video. You know, I shared this stuff, so they kept calling me. Oh, my man, are you journalist now? or you? And you see the T-shirt? I got a T-shirt yesterday, a gift from one of those guys. I was interviewing. Yeah, you see, I wore this morning.
You all agree, brother.
Yeah, so you see, it's a T-shirt.
So they gave out all the T-shirts yesterday over there?
No, they were buying some, but I was just fortunate to get a gift.
Okay, but you're man, you're president.
From Nathaniel Tour, the spokesperson for Glorious God Family, he gave me this. And he said he would enjoy the interview, and I was just on time. He really wanted for the press to talk to him, and I was just there in time.
That was good. You know, people need to get their feelings out.
Oh yeah, man.
All the time, the press in Liberia do not reach the common people to express how they feel, and that's why I'm glad what you did. That was a good.
Talk to key persons, not just anybody, but key people.
Yeah.
Especially I gave to Lama, Nathaniel Tour from Glorious God. You know, those are the people that I was hunting for, and I got them.
Yeah, but that's the same reason Boakai is so powerful. We supported Boakai.
Yeah.
To bring a change to all the extrajudicial
killing, all kind of stuff like that,
and corruption, and unstoppable corruption. Yeah, it's killing our nation, people. So, my man, what else happened in the city today?
Yeah, but since yesterday, the North is just around about Koung selection. And that's a major thing for now. So I haven't heard any string.
Koung is a handsome dude too.
No, yeah, young guy. I think he's about 45 or so. Young man.
Yeah.
People are saying if Boakai might not stay there, but he might not complete his term, and Koung will take over. So it's Nima presidency. That's what they are saying. So I said, you shouldn't kill it, man. You shouldn't kill it, old man. So
yeah, we don't play that tribal game. I don't care what that.
So
I just want the best person to lead my country.
Yeah, that's all.
I just hope Jeremiah Koung realizes now that despite the fact he may have powers over him, his new position now elevates him to the point where he is responsible for the lives, the safety, the progress and advancement of Liberia and Liberian people.
Yeah.
He got to place that before him as a matter.
And this is the first time in the politics to run as senator and won. Then he's being picked as bad running mate to the biggest opposition. I mean, great achievement.
I hope you come there with a renewed mind.
That's it.
Again,
We
like
hope and pray. We hope and pray for that.
with a revolutionary zeal that we hope that we did not achieve. That's
Even
nothing
that.
we have not achieved.
Yeah. Might be there. Yeah,
It's still the hope of the Liberian people. So make your closing remarks. Let me talk.
Yeah, man. I'm just so exhausted this morning. It was great, being in such a historic occasion yesterday. We hope that Koung and Boakai, come out well. The team is a great team. We hope they perform better, to the expectation of the Liberian people, because Liberia is dying, Liberia is suffering. This country has gone down, 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 down beneath the surface of the earth. We need to wake Liberia up. And so we hope that this team perform better and to live the hope of the people. Yeah. Aluta continua.
Here you go. Love
Thank you so
yourself.
much.
Take good care of
Yeah.
yourself, and thanks for the videos. They are triple to you. Okay, I'll
Okay.
talk to you on Monday.
Thank you so much.
Be safe. Okay. Bye bye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was our correspondence. That was our correspondent in Liberia, Mr. Samuel Wicker. He sent us all these videos, which we are very thankful for. And let me remove them from here before they come back on. Let me talk about Jeremiah Koung. This morning I was going through his pictures on Facebook, looking at him. He's a very handsome young man. And as I was looking through his pictures, I could not help but think, yes, you had your chance. Whatever you did to get rich, to make money, to elevate yourself, you have done it. It's done. Now you have taken up the mantle that we hope will make you Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. Liberian people have not had the hope that we have been promised since 1980. We have not had it. We talk about revolution and change and revolution and change. Then when the opportunity came, we found out that we did not have the men that we thought we had to lead us through this new change and process and dispensation. We didn't have the men. Because to lead a revolution or change, you need real men. What I mean by real men, people who are conscious. You don't have to be educated. It's not about education. It's had to do with knowledge, yes. You have to know something. Because that will make you conscious. Your knowledge of things. It may not be in a formal setting. You may have lived through things and experienced things that give you knowledge. And you may have been able to put one and two together to give you a clear picture of your ideals. Leadership comes from the heart. That's why it doesn't matter what kind of degree you got. It's good that you know. But look at our country, man. Since 1980, the people that are taking over our country have shown only love for themselves. They talk all the politics, all the revolutionary jargons in the cause of the people and all of that. But in reality, they failed. They failed. Why? Because they were not mature enough to put the interests of the Liberian people before their common and simple interests. So, because of that, our revolution was put on hold. It didn't fail. It didn't fail. The revolution will only fail when our people lose consciousness of the struggle and where we want to go. But when our people are illiterate, when the masses of our people are illiterate and depend on their children to guide us, and the children lose sight of their duties and responsibilities to not only their family, but to the whole community they're leading, it breaks everything down. It breaks civility down. It breaks law and order down. It breaks discipline down. It breaks everything down. And we end up where we are today, where every system for our social advancement and upliftment and direction have been destroyed. Everything has been destroyed. Even as we try to rebuild it, we can't do it because we did not overcome our individual traits that deterred us from following our revolutionary zeal in the first place. Selfishness. We have not overcome that. A revolution cannot have selfish people wanting to lead the revolution. Then it becomes a dictatorship. You change for revolution because the people will follow you. When the masses of the people are illiterate and you are the light, Jesus told us this thing. The same things come from our Christian principles. If you are leading a good revolution, Christianity is your guide. Why? Because if you are sincere, if you're honest, if you love your people, there's only one source of love we have known in this world, and it comes from Jesus Christ. Why? Because he was sincere to his revolution. He died on the cross for what he believed in. He wasn't vindictive. He didn't want revenge. But he had the ideals that transcended the understanding of the rulers at that time. Because they were selfish. They were just like our rulers today. Selfish, selfish, selfish. Everything was about money. They turned the church into a marketplace to make money. You know, people had to pay to use the church to sell their goods. It wasn't free. It wasn't like the church was just, the temple was just open for, no. People had to pay for their corners and things to put their stalls down. You had to pay. So the church was making money for that. So it was all about corruption and stealing and money. And when Jesus saw it, it freaked him out. Because nobody would come and tell him, Jesus, this is corruption. Jesus, these people just desecrating the church for their own personal gains. He snapped. Jesus went crazy. He snapped and started kicking the stalls and kicking the tables and throwing everything. If he wasn't crazy, they would have jumped on him and beaten him. But the people thought he was crazy. They said, who is this madman? Everybody was running from him. People were leaving their market stalls and running. That's why they didn't subdue Jesus. Because the people thought he was crazy. He was beating them, beating women, beating children. He just went mad and was just fucking everybody. Get out of my father's house. If you see a madman going in the market, people say, oh, that man crazy. That man. You know, everybody will run. People were not standing to attack him. Nobody won't get hurt. People didn't go there to wrestle. People went there to do business. So when you hear a crazy man running around beating people with whip and things like that, everybody will run. And that's what was happening. He went crazy. And today, in our society, it's a replica of the same thing that happened that time. You see that when there's a history repeats itself. Because look at our country, we don't have to be in Israel for the same things that occurred then to occur in our country, where the men had lost their minds. The men had no concept of their duties and responsibilities to the people. Because Our society has not changed. We still have a mass rate of illiterate people. People who can read and write. People who can understand and comprehend when they read good. We have these people among us. It is still incumbent upon our leaders and the enlightened and erudite people among us to provide the light for the less fortunate amongst us. We provide a light. And how do we provide a light? By understanding that we have serious duties and responsibilities, even as young people, especially as young people today, to lead our people to the right direction, especially as young people today. That's why they bring me now to Jeremiah Koung. We talk about young people leading our nation today. Jeremiah Koung is 45 years old. I think he's younger than we are when we became president. But he's elevated to the highest second position in our country, with the possibility that if Joe Boakai wins, and anything happens to Joe Boakai in his aging state, who will have to take over our country? Now, I just want to impress upon Jeremiah Koung and all his followers and all the Liberian people that whatever Koung did as a senator for Nimba County, whatever did the Nimba people feel about him, he and his Nimba people got to get mature. They got to get mature overnight. He got to express to his Nimba people his concern that he is the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, despite the fact that he is a kinsman. I think he tried to say, when he tried to say that he roots in, he got Grebo roots and Basso roots and all these, he was trying to say that yes, I am from Nimba County, but my roots are Liberian. And our Nimba people got to understand this. You know, that what made me sick about the Nimba people. All they talk about Nimba. That Nimba is something special. No, Nimba is another county in our land. And y'all got to understand that although y'all love your Nimba, when your Nimba man is vice president of Liberia, he's vice president of all Liberia, all the counties, all the tribes. And then the first thing you got to know that for us to change our country, this tribalism, this nepotism must cease and desist. Okay? You're not coming to our government to steal all the government positions. You're not coming to our government to behave rude, erratic, and unrational because your man is in power. No. We have a Liberia for Liberians of all culture and tribes, of all ethnicity. This is Liberia that we want. This is Liberia that we deserve. This is Liberia that all Liberians who love Liberia must step to the plate and ensure that our leadership provides us. Because for too long, we have relied on the leadership to set the pace and direction for our leadership. For too long. Nothing wrong with that. That's their job. Because all of us can speak together, all of us can think together. We select these people to think for us, to make laws for us, to put ideas together for us. But that does not mean that we still do not have responsibility to ensure that they do their jobs. We don't want to appoint somebody there. We're thinking that he's capable and competent. Then he go there and we realize that he's lazy. That despite his education, his knowledge, his wealth of blessings, he is useless to the Liberian people. He is incompetent and cannot lead us in the right direction. We got to move him. That's what democracy is all about. Giving people a chance, and when they fail, you punish them by removing them. And until we learn that, as a people, we too have a field responsibility. But my focus this morning is on Jeremiah Koung. He has a grave responsibility on him right now. And if he's focused himself to want to be a good leader of the Republic of Liberia, to want to be a good leader of all the tribes of Liberia, this is the opportunity for Jeremiah Koung to do that. Because despite the fact he's vice president, we all know that the possibility of him becoming president of Liberia is very high. We have an aging president, that man that may be president. We have an aging man that have health issues. It was good he took a young man to lead us. Now we have to mold this young man that he has picked, he has chosen. We can't leave Jeremiah Koung on his own to be vice president. No, we're going to have to mold him. So in case Boakai, when Koung steps to the plate, he steps there as a mature man, knowing that he's responsible for millions of people, not only the people in Nema County. So how do we mold him? We help him to do the right things. We keep a check on him as vice president. But despite what we do, Koung himself got to have that level of integrity to want to be a revolutionary, to want to change Liberia for the best, so that he lays down a cornerstone for himself in our history. That this young man stepped to the plate and did the right thing. I don't know what he's going to do to make the right thing. I don't want to point to justice, punishing Prince Johnson. I don't want to say this is the right thing, that is the right thing. This is the decision the leadership will have to make. But we hope that whatever they do as a leadership, they do it with the interest of the people first and foremost. And once you put the interest of the people first and foremost, you are bound to make the right decision. But when you're selfish, when you think it, because to be selfish, you don't only have to think about yourself. You can think about your friends, your relatives, people who have interests they have expressed to you that is against the interests of the Liberian people. You have to consider that too, especially your friends and associates and relatives, and there's a possibility there may be big money in there coming to you too. All those things play on our integrity, on our characters, on our decision making. And when you lead in Liberia sometimes, you got to be strong. You got to be strong. Because that's where the buck stops. That's where the final decisions are made. And that's why it can be so corrupted and bad. So we have to pray for our leaders as well as watch them. Because no matter how we watch Jeremiah Koung and try to guide him with our advice and criticism and blah, 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 he has to make his own decisions. He alone got to make that decision. With all the informed knowledge he gets, he has to sit by himself and make that final decision, no matter who's whistling in his ear. And the only thing that puts up above the noise in the market is our level of consciousness, which is our level of maturity too. Because if we are above listening to the noise, but we take the noise into advisement, we take all the noise into advisement. We do not diss them. We listen to them. We decipher the foolish ones from the real ones. Because you can tell foolish suggestion right away. You just throw that away. You put all the similar constructive criticism and suggestions together and you go over them. Then you yourself, based on your background, your knowledge, your education, your professionalism, your experience, you sit there and make an informed decision. Because no matter where you get those information from, all the information coming to you, advice, constructive criticism, everything coming to you, you can't just take everything. Because everything that comes to you got the interest of the people who presenting it to you. They got interest in it. That's what they presenting to you. And when they present it to you, they are biased. Because if I'm presenting something to you and I have an interest in it, I want my interest to supersede any other interests. So what I do, I become biased. I'm going to give you the information, hoping that in some way it is impartial, fair, but I may say one or two simple things that may add my interest to it. Attach it, they call it attachment. You know our Liberian people? Look at what Totman used to do when they go to the people of country. They tell them, the presidency, you want to do it, but if you don't want to do it, no problem about it, but Christmas around the corner. What that means. Right there, you tell the people, we'll punish you. Christmas around the corner, you do what you want to do. You got to tell the people we'll punish you on Christmas Day, we'll take your money from you, or we'll not pay you, or you will not carry them. You got to tell them that. They know that. They know government system, how it works. All you got to tell them is Christmas coming. That's all. So these are the subtle and negative innuendos or statements or beliefs that impact what we say to people. Maybe we're saying one thing to them, but in our statement, we're saying something else. So these are the things we got to watch for our leaders. Are our leaders truthful? Are our leaders straightforward? Are our leaders bound to the law and the promotion of a better society? These are the things we want to look for, especially Jeremiah Koung. From day one. Because we know if there's a strong possibility that Boakai will win, we know also that there's a strong possibility that Jeremiah Koung will be the next president of Liberia soon. So we cannot diss that. We start evaluating this man from this one. With constructive criticism, with constructive advice, so that he molds himself into the right leader we want him to be. We got to revive our revolution. We cannot persist on this path of corruption and stealing and lies and deceitfulness. No, that's not for our society no more. Judgment is dead. You chop, I chop is dead. Trust and don't pay is dead. Steal from steal, make God laugh is dead. We are a new Liberian people now. We must rise as one people without any chains of tribalism, nepotism, lies, and deceitfulness against ourselves. We must rise as a people that love all Liberian people. We might not be talking about nima, and be stupid, acting like stupid people around you. Okay? There's an opportunity for presidents of Liberia to come from every damn county. And every county has the opportunity to produce leaders to rise to the helm of our nation. So this immature thing about the president from Nima, the president from Monterrey, no. The president is a Liberian. He can come from any one of our counties. It's a pride and dignity that people feel the president comes from the county because you know they will try to develop their area. Only George Weah, who doesn't care for his area. All presidents try to develop their area. That way the people from the counties the president come from are always happy because the president will come home for vacation. So that means some roads will get paved. That means some monuments will be built. Some houses will be built. That some development will go there. Because every time the president comes home for vacation or something, people will come. Hotels will be built. Businesses will rise. So that's why it's good for the president to come from a certain area. Not only government benefits come to that area, public benefits, period, from private sector, from everywhere it comes to that area. But we can't put it on our head and use it as a source to make our president corrupt. Because when you start putting all your relatives and tribal people in government, in our government, you are corrupt. That's not what our government is for. Okay, don't be deceived by your tribal people. They will say, other people did it. Oh, the president did it. Toba then did it. Yeah, Chesson then did it. No. You got to have consciousness if you want to change our country. Yes, they did it. Yes, you can do it too. Whether it's right or wrong. But if you want Liberia to change, if you believe in Liberia, if you love Liberia and Liberian people as you say, you want to do the right things. So whatever you do, become a president of change. They will say, oh, those people there say, yeah. But Koung did something different. Koung laid the law down. Koung put organizations in place. He moved us from the past, from Tottenham past, and brought us into a new era of Liberianism. This is what we want. And this is why we sing praises to Koung's name. Because he could have done the same thing Toba did, or Weah did. Look how we are doing the same thing Doe did. Ellen Johnson Sanders did the same thing Toba did. Totman did. She came in, she thought she was going to do well. She found out she couldn't control Liberian men, so she just gave up and decided to steal too. She gave up on the people, on the mission. But you can't do that. You can't do that. No matter what people say, no matter how they try to beat you down with words and things, you got to remember, your obligation is to the law. Once the law is there, you can tell them no. You can say no. They can beat you down forever. They can say all kinds of things, how you die poor, how you suffer, you suffering your children from future, everybody else getting rich, you're not getting rich. You don't have to follow them. You don't have to follow them. As a Christian, you owe your duty only to God. And that is where your reward comes from. That's where we look for reward. Not from government or from stealing. No. That's why when you see people behaving certain ways to enrich themselves at the expense of other people, you know they can't be Christians. They can't be followers of Jesus Christ. That's not the pattern of Christians. Christians work together. They build each other. You know, listen to our Christian songs, how we walk together. We don't try to bring each other down. We believe in work, hard work, and self-upliftment. That's a Christian mode. You never heard Jesus went and bang on people's door to take their jobs and things like that. No. He was a man of character. Okay? So, I got to end my lesson early this morning. I don't want to reiterate what I said, but just to conclude, it is good that Joseph Boakai made a choice to pick Jeremiah Koung. We, the Liberian people now, Jeremiah Koung is young, he's energetic, handsome, everything. But we, the Liberian people, kind of mold him to be the president we want. We got to criticize him. We got to advise him right. Because we know that if Boakai wins the presidency, which many of us hope he will, despite our criticism of Boakai, despite how we feel about some of the things he does, he's the right choice right now. Of all the candidates, he's the right choice. So if the Liberian people select him, there's a possibility Jeremiah Koung will be our next president. And we want him to be a good president. We don't want him to be the president for Nima County. Because if Boakai dies and he take over, he got to finish Boakai's term. Then he may want to run for his own term. So we're looking at a president who may be there for a long time. So we want to make sure that he's a good president, that he serves us well, that he's not there for just Nima County. He's there for Liberia. And he understands his duties and responsibilities under the law to the Liberian people. Under the law to the Liberian people. When we have that kind of president who loves the law, the application of the law, the implementation of the law, and above all, justice for all, our country will rise and thrive. Aluta. Continue. My class is done. I told the commander JR, Glapohkpa Chesson class is done. I got to get out of here. You all have a good day. I'll see you next week. Be safe. And know that we got to be patriots, man. You got to be true to yourself. True to yourself. And know yourself. And you can be a better person in the world. When you learn how to follow laws and rules that protect yourself and your family, you're a greater person of understanding how to expound the rules and order and discipline of the whole society. Charity begins at home. I see you people. Have a good day. Don't know what I wouldn't want you to do. If you do, don't call me.